It's late night and some vandal comes around and vandalizes your property, or better yet, he steals your entire car and you don't know who it is, where to start with the police, because you weren't prepared with the right equipment to get the footage to nail the guy. Now all of that can easily be solved with a simple security camera system, so that way you have the footage so you can send it to the police and they can find the guy, you know, if they do their job. So today we're actually looking at the BOSMA EX Pro outdoor security camera that has a bunch of features that's going to turn any bad situation into a winning situation. The camera will be launched in a month on Indiegogo, but if you sign up today with the link down below in the description, you can reserve yours and get 50% off the EX Pro camera. Now just looking at this camera, it looks super nice, very sleek. I love the black design. I mean, look at this. Once you have it set up and mounted to a wall, it just looks so nice. One of the best security cameras I've seen. Because maybe you don't want a security camera because you're like, yo, it's just sore thumb. I don't want people to be seeing that from the street, although you kind of do because it's a camera. But look at this. You see, this just looks like a piece of the house. Very nice. The camera does work with Alexa as well as IFTTT, and it just has a ton of features, pretty much any feature you can think of and then some. First things first, it has 3 megapixel resolution at 2304 by 1296. That's 44% higher resolution than Full HD 1080p, so we're looking good. We have advanced motion detection for accurate motion detection that reduces unwanted notifications because those get annoying and then you start ignoring them and then you don't look when there's something important going on. We have person detection, which will actually improve motion detection accuracy by only detecting movement of people. You can also have it detect movement of vehicles and pets as well. We have anti-theft alert, which I've actually never really seen in a security camera, so if somebody tries to steal the camera so they can do their business without being seen, it'll set off a siren and alert you that something's going down. We have auto spotlight that'll automatically turn on the spotlight at night when an event is detected and provide additional lighting, and it'll also help deter any vandals when they see a bright light shining right at them. We have color night vision, because who likes that black and white night vision? Not me, but it works, but you know, in color, so much better. You can see sharper details and stunning color and clarity even at night. We have person auto tracking, so this is a really nice feature of this camera. It'll automatically pan the camera to keep track of a person detected within the camera's view. So it actually does have a motor, so it'll swivel around and follow whatever it detects. So that way they can't walk out of the frame. And then we have cloud storage, which will have event-based video recording stored in the cloud for up to 30 days, although they actually updated that now to 90 days, although if you want longer than 90 days, you're gonna have to fork out some cash, but 90 days, good amount of time. That way, you know, in case the camera gets struck by lightning or something, guess what? You still have your footage in the cloud. But you know, maybe you don't trust the cloud. True, a lot of people do that. So you also have local storage, free and secure indoor local storage of video recordings, although it does require a BOSMA home station, which is sold separately, so keep that in mind. We have facial recognition, so you always know whether it's a stranger or a familiar person at your door, so when you walk home, it won't alert you and be like, hey, somebody's trying to break in, because it's you. So it just recognizes your face. And then package detection, which I could definitely use because I have packages coming all the time and I want to make sure they get delivered safe and soundly, so it'll notify me if a package is delivered to my door. Smart. What? I never thought of that. So as you can see, this is a pretty jam-packed security camera in a small little package with a nice design. Like, what else do you need? I can't think of anything. Inside the box, you have installation instructions. That's going to walk you through the installation process so you can't possibly mess it up. Very cool. Wow. These are actually really good instructions. I'm impressed. It also included a sticky guide so you know exactly where to drill holes so you don't have to guess, because that always sucks. Ooh! That camera looks just as good in person as it did in the picture. Wow! You see this? Wow, this is actually super nice. Feels very strong. Let me put that to the side real quick. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Also inside the box, we have a USB-A to AC power adapter. Along with a very lengthy, OMG, we have a USB-C power cable. They thought of everything. Thumbs up for this one. Along with a baggie full of screws and anchors. You have got to be kidding me. They actually included a drill bit of the right size so you don't have to guess what size holes to drill. I've never seen this before. I'm so happy about this. Like, this is something I've always hated. Trying to figure out which drill bit to do, try not to make the holes too big or too small. Right here, you can't possibly mess up. And that is everything inside the box. Very simple, although also very thoughtful. Yeah. And now taking a look at the actual camera, Very solid design, has some nice weight to it, feels very strong. Like I've had some cheap security cameras where they feel like cheap plastic and you're like, damn, this thing's not gonna last outside. This right here, it's feeling good. Like this is a high quality camera. Over here on the back is the base that you're actually gonna be drilling onto the wall, and it's actually detachable, so you can actually detach the camera if you wanna take it down and move it around, and also, you know, it makes it a lot easier to screw this into the wall than the whole camera. Very simple. You can see it tells you which way's up, has a little button to release, and you can easily snap it back into place. And now down here on the bottom we have a sync button, which is going to help you sync it to the app. If you look carefully right here, this is actually where the motor is, so this whole camera is going to swivel around at 180 degrees, so it's going to be getting everything in front of the wall that it's on. Now up here on top underneath this rubber seal, USB Type-C port, perfect. Let me just cover that up right now until we need it. Over on the back we have a speaker grill so you can have two-way audio. Over on the front we have a microphone hole so you can hear things as you watch it. And over on the front just very slight BOSMA branding along with, yeah. We have the 3 megapixel camera sensor right here along with the spotlight, infrared light, and motion detectors. And really that's it. A very nice matte black design that feels like really high quality, and I'm just excited to try this thing out. First things first, we have the USB Type-C cable. That's very long. Perfect. Nice. So we're gonna just plug this into the top right here. Just like so. Plug it into the power adapter. Plug it into the wall. And just like that, the LED light is on because we do have power.
System start up.
The system started up. It's talking to me.
Waiting for connection.
Waiting for connection, and as you can see, it's testing out the motors, it's pivoting around, and it's actually really quiet. I've had one camera where it's super loud as it moves, and I hate that. So this one's actually doing a very good job. So now to get everything set up, you're gonna need to download the BOSMA app. All right, so once you're in the app and have your account set up, it's a very simple process. Just register up and you're good to go. We're gonna actually add the camera to our account. So we're gonna tap on Add Device, and we can see all their different products. We're gonna scroll all the way down to the bottom to EX Pro, tap on that. So we have to power on the camera, wait 30 seconds. Connection. And it says make sure you hear the camera say waiting for connection, which it did. If not, you press the sync button on the bottom 5 times to reset the camera. So we're good to go. We'll tap on next. Now you have to make sure you're connected to your 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi network or this won't work. And now next we're gonna scan the QR code that pops up on our phone with the camera of the security camera. And just like that, it scanned it.
Wi-Fi is connecting.
It's connecting to Wi-Fi. We'll tap next. And now it's adding the device to our account and syncing it with the cloud. Very high tech.
Wi-Fi connected successfully.
Very nice. And now we can even rename the device to whatever we want. And now that we're inside, it's actually giving us an installation guide on what to do before we install the device. So please charge for 10 minutes before installing the device. Take the device to the location you want to install and unplug the charging cable and tap on next. Now it's testing the Wi-Fi strength, so it's actually be kind of cool. All right, and it's telling us that our Wi-Fi signal is very weak, which is actually making sense since the router is pretty far away going through walls and everything. We'll have this set up closer when we actually have it set up. But right now, you know, it's working really well on a weak Wi-Fi connection, so let's just go next. And now it's actually telling you how to mount the plate to the wall and attach the camera, which is actually very cool. I like that. And then now that we're here, we can actually adjust the view. So right now it's just completely flat, but we can actually turn it around. Let's go to the left, turn it to the right. Very cool. It's very quiet too. It's actually tilted down. Oh wow, it's actually tilting forward. I wonder how far it's gonna go. Yeah, actually not bad. I mean, it's tilting. You'll be able to see everything down below, all around at 180 degrees. Very cool. Let's actually bring it back up though. Let's get it nice and flush. Like, you can't even hear this. That's amazing. I've had a camera with a motor before, and it's like zzz. I'm like, geez, calm down. This one is silent. Wow, silent and smooth. Nice. And now we can tap OK to confirm. And now we're on the main home screen, which will show all our different cameras, but you know, of course we only have this one. And this is where you can easily tap play and view a live feed of the camera. It's very smooth. Even with that poor Wi-Fi connection, we have a solid video going on right now. You can toggle the sound on and off. Hello, hello, I can hear myself. As far as settings go, we have event detection, so we could turn this on and off. We can adjust the sensitivity and have it actually automatically readjust based on how fast you walk past the camera. Pretty cool. We can set activity zones. For example, if you have this facing your driveway, but you don't want it to be triggered by cars driving by on the road because it doesn't really matter, you only want it to be triggered if somebody enters your driveway, you can actually add a zone. And like, for example, right here, the driveway is going to be this table. So we'll just cover up the table right here. So everything in the table will be triggered. Everything out of the table it will ignore. Very cool. We also have sound detection. So maybe it doesn't see anything, but it hears a dog barking, a baby crying, something like that. It'll alert you that something's gone down. You can also adjust the sensitivity on that. All the way down to 1, all the way up to 10, and defaults at 7. And then this one's really cool. We have anti-theft alert. So if somebody tries to take the camera so they can do all their business, and this one's really cool. We actually have anti-theft alert. So if somebody tries to take the camera because they did something, or maybe they're about to do something and they don't want to be caught, you can have this turned on. So if the camera gets touched or tampered with, it'll set it'll set off an alarm, so they'll be like, oh damn, somebody knows what's going down. And then we have event notifications, so you can choose which events notify you to your phone. We can have all event notifications if you want to be notified about everything, or you can just set motion, sound, person, facial recognition, package detection, loitering alert, or just anti-theft alerts. And you can also choose how often it'll send you notifications, so you don't get bombarded with them one after another every second. And then we have recording mode, so we can have it either record every event that happens or record nothing. So I'm not sure why you would put nothing, but we're gonna leave that to events. And then we have recording schedule, so maybe you only want it to record when you're away from home, because when you're home you're very vigilant and you know what's going on. So you can actually set this to record between certain times and on certain days. It's entirely up to you. You can schedule it to your liking. And then we have AI services, which is actually really cool. So first of all, we have AI recognition. You can have it alert you for package detection, person detection, facial recognition, and loitering alerts. So maybe somebody's loitering around your house trying to case the place, so you can choose how many seconds they're allowed to stand there before it tells you something's going on. And then we have auto tracking, which is actually really cool. So we'll turn that on and it will actually follow people around once they get spotted with the camera. So if they try to walk around, the camera's going to turn and tilt to follow them so they can't walk out of the video frame. And you can even choose to test it to make sure it's working fine. And then we have AI tests, and this is actually really cool because it actually detects your face and will know who you are if you have it set up. So if you're a stranger, it'll be like, hey, a stranger's at the door. But if it's you, it'll be like, hey, you're at the door, so don't worry about it. So right here, we can turn on person detection and facial recognition, so we can actually test it real quick. And as you can see, no matter where I go, it's following my face. Very cool, and it knows who I am. Next, we have visitor facial recognition. So this one right here is actually where we're gonna set it up to know that it's me. So right here we'll tap on add and we'll take a photo. You can either take a photo now or you can upload one from the album. We'll just take one. So you just pose, make sure you have good lighting. It takes the picture, it processes the picture, makes a bunch of data points, and then now we can actually name it. So this one is me. So I'll just put my name here, save it. And now whenever it recognizes that it's me, it'll be like, hey, it's Rodrick. You don't have to worry about it because it's you. And then we have components. We have spotlight. So we can have spotlight perimeters. You can choose how bright you want it. I'm gonna have it maxed out. You can choose how long you want the spotlight to be on once it's triggered. And then we can have automatic spotlight on depending on what happens. So if there's motion, there's sound, somebody's loitering, a person's detected, a package is detected, whatever you want, it'll trigger the spotlight to turn on. So that way, you know, somebody's gonna get scared away if they're trying to do something fishy. And then we have the siren, which will also scare away some vandals. So we have the siren setting. You can adjust the volume. I have it all the way up to 100. You can adjust how long it's gonna go on. I have it set to 10 seconds. And you can also even have the siren go with the spotlight, and that actually sounds cool. So I'm gonna leave that on. And then we have automatic siren, so you can turn that on. So it'll automatically go off if there's motion, there's sound, a package is detected, somebody's loitering, whatever you want. Next we have video, so you can turn the camera on and off. If you turn it off, then there's no live video, and also nothing's going to be recorded, so yeah, not sure why you would do that. And then we have image orientation, so maybe you mount this camera up, well, it's moving, you see, it's moving, it's tracking. So let's say you have the camera mounted upside down or sideways because that's the only way you could get it in your house. You can adjust the video so it flips around depending on what's going on, so that way it's always straight. And then we have color night vision, so as long as you have a little bit of light, it'll do night vision in full color without going black and white. Although if it's in a completely dark environment with no lights whatsoever, it's of course going to be black and white, so you'll still be able to see things in the dark. And then finally we have image perimeter, so you can adjust the brightness, the contrast, saturation, and sharpness. Personally, I just leave this as is unless I notice it's really blown out or something. And then down here we have the device name, installation guide, model, speaker volume, Wi-Fi, firmware updates, and all that good stuff. You can also remove the device if you want to give it to your friend. And while we're on the home screen, as you can see, we can see a live video feed. It's looking very good. You can easily take a picture. You can easily record a video just with the tap of a button. As you can see, it's recording right now. Very cool, blah, 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 and you can stop recording. It saves it to your phone, and now you can preview it. And as you can see, we can watch the video right here that we just recorded. But of course, remember, everything's being saved to the cloud, so if you tap on the 3 dots, we have a bunch of different options here. We have the siren, so we can manually turn on the siren if we see something going down. You just swipe to the right. It goes off until we swipe it back to the left to turn it off. Very cool. We can also do that for the spotlight. So as you can see, the spotlight is on and it's very, very bright. Hey, turn off the studio lights. Okay, this is really bright and it's really hard to look at. I'm seeing dots everywhere, but we're in a completely dark room now and it's looking, wow, very bright. And on the camera, I'm actually seeing that it's definitely lighting me up very well. Now, if we turn it off, it'll kick into night vision mode, and as you can see, it's brightening up the video without going black and white because we have enough light in here to do the job. Now, if it was completely dark in here, it would go completely black and white, which is still good because you can still see everything. But it's doing a very good job lighting up everything in here with very low light. And then we also have quick access to AI settings right here in case you want to toggle things on the fly. And then the main thing here is event history. We can see we have 43 alerts here. We can tap on that, and all these videos are saved in the cloud. So as you can see, we have a sound event, package delivery, stranger, linger, so somebody's lingering around, different things. Really cool. And this is really cool. As you can see from this notification, it says Rodrick is at the door because it recognizes me with the AI technology, and it's like, hey, Rodrick's there, or you know, whoever else you have set up here. If they walk by the camera, it'll tell you that it's them, so you don't have to worry about it. For example, if it's somebody it doesn't recognize, it'll say a visitor's at the door or a stranger's at the door, and then that way you'll be like, wait a minute, I'm not expecting any company today. So now that we actually got this camera all set up, we're gonna actually go get it really set up and put it to the test and get some video footage so I can show you guys what it actually looks like in the real world.
For example, if it's something remember,
I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just playing, okay? I'm out. And we are back. As you can see, we have a fully functional, literally fully functional, like a bunch of different functions of a camera all in a small package, and it works very well. My favorite feature is the automatic panning, so it'll follow around anything it detects, so that way if you have your camera stationed right here, it's not only looking right here, you can look literally everywhere, and you can even manually move it if you really want to. The AI recognition works very well. It detects faces and knows it's me coming home, so it's not like, hey, someone's home. Because it's me. I know I'm home, obviously. It does a very good job alerting you to different things like sound events, lingering. It says Rodrick is at the door. Like all these different things, it's right here. It tells you right away. The videos get stored in the cloud, so that way if something happens to the camera, you still have your video footage up in the cloud so you can download it and send it over to the police or anywhere you need it to go. The video quality is good and the night vision's really good, and it even has the spotlight because it's like literally everything all in one small package. The build quality of the camera is great, and I have no problem leaving this outside in the heat, in the rain, and all that good stuff. It's always going to be ready to record when something goes down. Remember, if you want to pick up one of these for yourself, it'll launch in a month on Indiegogo, but if you click the link down below in the description right now, you can reserve your spot and get 50% off of the EX Pro camera. And let me know if you guys are picking one up, and let me know how it's working for you guys, because I'm really liking it. I'm excited to see what I capture, because the camera I'm using now, you know, it's pretty basic. It doesn't have all these cool features, so I'm really excited for it to be like, hey, you have a package coming. Like, oh, I got a package. But really, I just like the design, the functions. It's just a really great package, all combined into one very nice looking design.